Born to be free.
Greetings all. Hi, my name is Lilith and I'm the creator behind fashion art label Zigentala, broadcasting to you from the ever vibrant and cultural city of Melbourne, currently under stage 4 lockdown. It's been a pretty crazy couple of weeks. A lot has been happening. I've undertaken a new creative project, and I just wanted to make a video to talk to you about what I've been doing. So basically over the last couple of weeks I've been making masks, and I know that might sound underwhelming because a lot of people are doing that, but for me it has been quite a significant step in being a freelance business, not only for art but also for sewing and design. I'm quite proud of myself for getting through the last couple of weeks because it has been quite overwhelming. So just a recap of what happened. So Melbourne went into lockdown in mid-July, and we went back down into stage 3. I think it was like a week or 2 weeks into that, I decided to make myself some face masks. I did upload a video about that if you want to see my process and the first masks that I painted that sort of garnered attention. That'll be in the description box. Is that what people do, or like a little thing here? I don't know. And I made the masks, I uploaded them on Instagram, and I had a few people ask about potentially ordering them. And I went through this whole process of deciding whether I was going to do this, because the particular paintings that I did on these first masks were very intricate ones that I sort of took my time for, and I knew that if I was going to sell masks, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't underpaying myself as an artist. And I went through this process and found a way where painting a mask and selling it was valid in regards to the two parties. Like, person buying it was going to protect them properly, it was going to look cool, and it was going to be affordable, and for me being able to provide that and not have to underpay myself. So I did get a couple of people interested, and I was like, okay, like I'll see how this goes, like let's do this. So that was a couple weeks into stage 3, and then a week later I think masks became mandatory in Melbourne. And then there was a massive boom of orders, and then Melbourne went into stage 4. So I've never lived in a city with a curfew, and I can finally say that I have. But anyways, I did get overwhelmed with the amount of orders that I was attracting, but I was very grateful for it as well, because not only was I getting orders for Melbourne, but I was also getting orders for Sydney, Brisbane, and my hometown. So I mean, that was great. So initially the sort of product that I've been selling is a double layered mask made out of recycled fabrics. I sell normal fabric masks, but I also sell a custom painted mask, which has been the most popular option, where I sort of do like a little custom design on the mask depending on what the customer wants. And that has been quite that's probably been part of the process that I have enjoyed the most, but it has also been the most challenging, because obviously everyone has different ideas. As an artist, I sort of know what design will fit into the price that I'm selling it for, and you know, some people come up with these crazy extravagant designs, and I'm just like, okay, like how do I make this? Like, how do I paint this? I've been making them with a layer of cotton, like 100% cotton fabric, and then on the outside where I do the custom painting, it has been a more thicker cotton fabric, like a drill or a denim. I have had a couple of fabrics that have been like a little bit of denim, a little bit of something else. It's like a little bit stretchy, but basically what I wanted to do was create these masks so that you obviously have like a softer lining on the inside and the harder shell on the outside. The masks have also been designed to be reversible, which is great, I think, especially in Melbourne where you have to wear masks every time you leave the house. It gives you variety, it just gives you another option. I mean, things are pretty bleak down here, and I think even just creating masks with little artworks on them somehow hopefully makes people feel better about wearing them. So one of the problems that I came across doing this was I obviously was very naive enough to think that I was the only person in Melbourne creating masks and selling them. So when I actually went into Lincraft one day to buy some more elastic, there was none. I'm pretty sure there's like a shortage of elastic here in Melbourne, especially even the little hair ties that you buy like in Kmart or Woolworths, all of them are gone. So that was a problem that I came across. And I remember being in the tram and just being like, what do I do? You need straps for masks, and I was trying to formulate what would be the best way to solve this problem. Because also wearing masks, especially if you're a person in Melbourne working and you have to wear a mask for 6 hours or more, there is also this problem that the tension from the elastic around your ears actually starts to hurt after a couple of hours. Oh, hello, sun. And I seem to have solved this problem by creating these particular straps where they are adjustable, they are softer, you can sort of adjust the tension on the straps throughout the day, and even more so, they come in a range of colours that sort of help when I create these masks, especially when I paint the custom design. I can sort of match the different colours to the different aesthetic of mask. The material I use is much more cheaper than elastic. I haven't bought elastic, but I would assume that it would be a little bit more than what I'm paying for my adjustable straps. So I'm really proud of that, and I've heard from different people that the adjustable straps are very good. I know that even when I wear my mask at work, like I fully loosen the straps, so like I just essentially have a string holding the mask over, and I have the bottom of my mask open, like still covering the areas that it needs to cover, but just giving myself a little bit of space and like to relax and just feel a little bit more open. But wow, we're just going through the mood of Melbourne weather, which is quite erratic if you don't know. It's a nice day though. I'm excited for spring. So yeah, that was the first problem. Solved it. Amazing. Second problem was the same as elastic. When you go into Lincraft or a lot of craft stores down here, cotton fabric, especially like the 100% cotton fabric that people have been using, have been quite sparse. Luckily for me, it wasn't even just that sort of turned me off buying these fabrics. I just also found that while I was perusing the colours of these fabrics, I just didn't really like it. They're very bold colours, bold, vibrant pastel colours, and just really weird patterns that you'd see on like kids' pajamas that I just didn't really want to use as my mask fabric. That I actually made a bunch of my first batch of masks from my ex's clothes that he left here in my house. And the one thing that I recognise with that is that obviously hacking up old clothes means that you're actually using fabrics that are sort of designed to be more wearable, more like monotone patterns like checkers or like spots, denim, like a lot more darker colors. And that's what I've been creating my masks out of, which is a win-win, because not only am I making masks to hopefully encourage people from using plastic ones, but also I'm cutting up lots of old clothes that would otherwise make their way into landfill. So it's been really good to know that I've been using recycled fabrics. I'd like to say that my production process is made from 100% recycled fabrics, but I did buy some cotton drill for a particular colour because someone had requested it. So I'm like 98% recycled fabrics. Sorry, I'm not perfect. So yeah, they've just made the masks a lot more wearable. Like a lot of my paints are quite colourful, and I've been using a lot of shimmers because they actually really stand out on a lot of the dark fabrics I've been using. Especially when I've been doing minimal line drawings, when they're on a dark surface with like a shimmery paint, it just looks really good. It's not overwhelming, it's quite wearable. So yeah. Yeah, so I've been really proud by the way that I approached that as well. One of the things that sort of scared me in starting to make masks was the fact that you've also got the sort of variants of size of mask sizes, like face sizes. I was talking to my mum the other day and she was saying how it's quite interesting that we don't really consider like our face size until recently we've had to know. having sizes was like one of the things that I was scared about, because for me, when I do make a product, I want my product to be practical, and a design can look great, a face mask can look great, but if it doesn't fit someone, then like what is the point? But it's been good because the adjustable straps sort of factor into the solution of that as well, because people can adjust the size, can adjust sort of the length size of the mask. It was more so just like this measurement here that they had to fit. So I mean, like it's just like buying clothes online. You don't know, like you just choose which size is going to be the best. Sometimes it doesn't sometimes it doesn't fit as well as you want it to, and I've had to try and remove myself from that responsibility, being like, no, they bought the wrong size, they can't wear their mask, oh my god, it's my fault. So yeah, overall I have enjoyed the process of the last couple of weeks. I've never had to fulfill such a big amount of orders. Cutting the fabrics, sewing the fabrics, painting the design, fusing the design, sanitizing, dispatching, invoicing. So obviously that is a pretty lengthy process in itself, and I think I was like dispatching masks, like 10 masks at a time, so like having 10 different masks within that process was quite hard to sort of wrap my mind around. I did do a couple of time lapses just to show you all of the different paintings that I've done. I recorded all of the masks that I've dispatched so I can show you all the different cool designs that I could do. It was really good having to think about different styles and how I can showcase different things. A lot of people came to me with a range of things. Like I got stuff like animals, like unicorns, flamingos, native birds. I got like geometric pattern designs, which have been more popular in my male customers. I've had like different flower patterns, and also like you send out a mask and then you get people coming to you being like, oh, I really liked that dragon, or I really liked that bird, or I really liked that that little wren that you did. So it was good, then at least I could sort of build off the references of my own artwork. But yeah, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, I've also even started to dabble in creating the pleated masks. I actually quite like this design of mask just because it has more of a structural element to its design rather than like my masks where it's more about the pattern. I really like the pleated design. I've trialed a couple and I think I might make a few, because maybe pleated masks might be better for summer and it might be worthwhile just seeing if I could provide that. But yeah, I've had a good time. I'll show you some of the designs I made. Some of them are really cool. You know, you've made a really good design when you look at it, you look at the mask and you're like, I want to wear this. in Australia and you would like a custom mask, please hit me up. You can do it through my website www.zigentala.com, through the contact form, or there are like different sort of inquiry forms around my website if you want to have a little peruse through it. Otherwise you can also DM me on Instagram. That's where I've been sort of filtering most of my orders. My Instagram is @Zigentala. At the moment I've just been doing sort of domestic Australian orders. I did just send a mask to New Zealand. The postage can be quite expensive, so I'm open to anything. Just message me, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you, or I hope it made you feel a little bit more better than you might be feeling right now, especially if you're in Melbourne. If you want, please check out my, I painted this Rihanna painting in the first lockdown, so if you want you can check the time lapse that I chucked up on my channel about that. Otherwise you can also check a video I did about painting your own denim jacket. Links will be in here. I will obviously see you in the next video I make. See you soon.